Melee weapons are a fundamental part of Skyblock. Everyone uses them and there are 36 different melee weapons in total. Of those 36, about 13 of them are going to be useful to you, and those 13 are what I will be talking about today. And if a sword isn't mentioned, it is probably too expensive for its stats or simply serves no real purpose in Skyblock. The Undead Sword is the first sword anyone should buy. For just 100 coins, you can buy it from a spawn NPC and will carry you through the deep caverns until you get your next sword. It does double damage to all undead mobs, and that is all an early game player is really facing. The next weapon you should strive for is the Raider's Axe. I could mention the Silver Fang here, but it does not deal much more damage than an undead sword, and there is nothing that it can kill that an undead cannot. A Raider's Axe can be acquired from the auction house for about 300,000 coins maxed out, or bought for 140,000 coins from the Viking after you cheer him up, which is done by putting out his fire with a magical water bucket, cooking a fish in his furnace, and splashing him with a fish hat a few times. The next logical step up is a Tactician's Sword from the Tactician NPC. It's fairly cheap, but it requires some combat collection to be good. You can upgrade it with a Wood Singularity, but the price to do this is much more expensive than the Aspect of the Dragons costs to buy, so the thick Tactician's Sword is not recommended. From the Tactician's Sword, the Aspect of the Dragons is, as previously mentioned, now relatively cheap and is also useful in the later game. Its stats are second only to a Midas, and its ability lets you yeet things very far for fun. And if you don't want to buy it, this is a rare drop from all dragons, and the chances of getting the sword increases dramatically when you don't actually want to get it. Ironic, isn't it? A 50mm Midas is the strongest sword in the game, technically. And its massive price tag backs its massive damage stat, literally. You can get this from the Dark Auction by bidding 50 million or more on a Midas sword. The Emerald Blade is the actual strongest sword in the game, assuming you carry a lot of money and you have 60,000 fans to give you money to fuel it. It can overtake a Midas if you carry 500 million coins like a psychopath, but may not be worth it in dungeons if they do not have a purse. The three major Slayer swords are almost required to make any real speed doing Slayers. These swords are all around 7 to 12 million coins and are unlocked at level 6 in their respective Slayer category. The Reaper Falchion increases damage against zombies and makes it better than the best possible Emerald Blade for doing zombies. It will also be useful in dungeons as a lot of enemies appear to be zombies. The Scorpion Foil increases damage against spiders and provides a cool little damage nullification perk, but its only real use is in Slayers as there are no signs of spiders anywhere in dungeons. The Pooch Sword converts your max HP to sword damage and is designed to pair with the beautiful Mastiff armor, but is useless everywhere else and is not really viable as a budget tank set. The Ornate Zombie Sword provides nice healing to yourself and your friends, but little in terms of damage, and similarly, the Aspect of the End is only good for its teleport ability. The Inkwend is a very much novelty item, but its ability deals 50,000 damage flat to anything in its match, which may prove highly effective. And of course, there must be one sword I've forgotten. But what was it again? Ah, yes. The Aspect of the Jerry can be used in a furnace as a fuel to burn your stupid fucking jokes so you can come up with something actually funny.